Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to another episode of Wine and Divination. I'm Devin.
And I am Christy. We are so excited to have a fabulous guest with us.
And it is. Drum roll, please. Myra Aquino.
Welcome.
Did I say your last name right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, perfect. Myra's, she's been with us since day one, from the beginning, since we've all moved to LA and we all started here as little babies.
Oh my God. That was like so long ago.
It's like almost more than 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016.
Holy cow.
And so you might have already been living here though, were you?
No, I literally moved. Like I was here the day right before class started.
Oh my God. Nice.
Yeah. I tried to delay it as much as I could.
We all went to UCLA together.
Yes, we are old film school classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Myra was in our cohort. And do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? You have such an interesting story, so I feel like the people need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I guess I had a bunch of detours in my life. I was prior to going into film, I was actually studying medicine in Miami, and throughout that whole journey, decided that being a doctor wasn't for me, and that I actually just really wanted to be a filmmaker. So I completed med school, graduated, and then that next fall applied to UCLA for film school, and then I got it.
What did your family say? Were they like, what the fuck, Myra? Or were they just like, go Myra?
Oh no, they were like, what the fuck, Myra? For like 4 years. Because I already like kind of sort of told them that I was like already dragging my feet even before med school started. So it was like a whole like 4 year plus journey. I mean, even until now, it's just like, unless they're seeing like a stable paycheck, it's just not real for them.
That's true. In the eyes of the Asian parents, it's like until they see you buy a house, have your family, like be like chill and buy them stuff, I feel like they're gonna be worrying.
Exactly. You gotta buy them.
You gotta buy them the house. Then they're gonna rest easy.
Yeah, exactly. Like what Christy said, you gotta buy them like the bags and like the nice things, and like being a doctor was access to that, and like that dream was sort of diminished when I went to film school.
Aww.
But yeah.
I always say we could have been doctors after fucking film school because it took so long.
The amount of mental like pressure and the crazy emotional like roller coasters, like like we went through a lot of crap.
Yeah.
And I really liked your medical film. We all made films when we were in school, and you made like you made a bunch of films, but I really liked that one because I don't know if you know this, in the pandemic, I went to go become an EMT just for funsies.
Yeah.
And I like literally thought my life was Grey's Anatomy for a hot second as I'm like putting on Band-Aids. But I just kept thinking about you and Andrea's because you guys are my connection.
Yeah, so there's a guy, Andreas, that is also in our cohort, and he was like the other, like medical knowledge person.
And he was in the movie too.
Which one? He was in like the movie. Yeah,
he came with a crash cart, and he knew it was. He sold it.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
That's so
exactly.
funny. He was an actor.
Yeah.
Now a father. Hello, Andreas.
If you're watching,
if you're listening.
Listening. Let's talk about the wine that we are drinking.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we are, or I guess it's night for us, but not for you listening right now. We have actually. Devin, do you want to talk about it since you brought it?
I brought this one. It is the La Marca Prosecco, which I think is a really regular brand, right? La Marca. It's like all in supermarkets and everywhere, I think.
Don't know. I'm not a big Prosecco drinker, but I like Prosecco.
But you know what? Myra told us that she likes white, and I am not the biggest fan of white unless it's bubbles. So I had to bring bubbles.
I didn't realize I don't remember when I said I liked white.
Via email.
Oh, snaps.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
You're like, how did you know?
I was able to tell before you came here.
I have like the worst memory. But
we did a tarot reading.
Yeah,
we were like, Myra likes white.
Dang, you guys know.
The cards say white.
That's like next level.
Imagine though.
Yeah.
Everyone that comes is like, I cannot remember telling you this vital piece of info. No, we want our guests to feel comfortable. And even if I don't love a white, I will drink it for a guest.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This Prosecco is good. I like it. It's kind of sweet, bubbly. Yeah. Do you remember how much you paid for it?
$20.99.
Okay, so you're like right at the cap. We're trying to stay 20 and under for our wines.
That's like, I mean, $20.99.
It's good.
It's good.
Also, I guarantee you probably marked up because they probably sell this at Ralph's for like a cool $13. And I got it from my like corner market. You know where it is, Myra, the little bougie one in my Santi Court.
Oh, that's where you got it from?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they do have a large selection of wines. Actually, good Pinot Noir section, which is my favorite. But anyway, they had lots of good whites and bubbles too. And they had, I honestly was going to do the barefoot, but I was like, I couldn't do the barefoot. And I don't know why people like, I know they hate on it because it's like cheap as fuck, but is it really that bad? We need to do a barefoot day.
We should.
I think I feel like it's hit or miss. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's really bad.
I really like Andre Grape.
I don't know that one.
It's $3 champagne.
Oh, you guys know more than I do. And it's kind of like my job to do study guides for wine right now.
So, really? Yeah, tell us about what you're currently up to.
So while trying to be a filmmaker, I'm in this like ed tech company, and we do study guides for medicine, but we also do we're starting to do study guides for wine. And so
what a weird crossover.
It's interesting. And I think part of the reason why they do it is because like the WSET, which is like the sort of wine certification body, the like learning about wine is extreme, like very memorization heavy.
You mean literally like not so it's like study guides for people who are studying wine.
Yeah, like if you're trying to take the tests, like
not like a study about wine.
Oh no, I'm not doing any research.
I don't know what's going on.
I mean, I wouldn't know how to do research on that either. It's more like study guides for people who want to take the test on wine.
Interesting.
And it's like apparently the material is super dry because it's just like you're literally just memorizing like this where the wine is from, like these are the flavors, like
that's so weird. It's like stuff. Can you name two of the most difficult, like you wouldn't think that wine was up there with like medicine and medical, like in terms of how difficult it would be to like memorize the information, but I guess wine is dense.
It's
and
crazy.
Dry.
Yeah, it's like 55%
like a
like passing rate.
Wow, for it to be like a sommelier.
Yeah, I mean, I think it gets harder as you go up, but I think like level 2, level 3, level 4 is like insane. That's why we're
level 4
creating
sommelier. I want to meet one. I bet if I met a level 4 sommelier, I'd have 1,000 questions for them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay,
I would try to quiz them.
Okay, if you're listening out there and you're a sommelier and you want to come on the show and judge our $20 wine and get your cards fucking read,
we'll trade.
Contact us at wine.divination.
Yeah, school us, we'll school you.
Well, okay, so you told us that you have a background in medicine. You've gone to film school with us. You have like amazing film out now. And you are working at this study guide place.
What's the issue, Myra?
Yeah, what are we reading today? It sounds like this might be a little career.
Seems like everything's going swimmingly.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely a pretty career-driven person. So when I was asked what do I want a specific reading on, I mean, I would just want all the readings, but
maybe things will come up. Like you'd be like, oh, I want career, but some other stuff will come up.
Definitely do a Celtic cross for her to get a really comprehensive.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's like a type of spread.
Oh snap! Okay, I don't know anything about
That's totally fine. Neither do we.
Yeah, that's our whole gig is that we're learning. But tell us a little bit more about like. Actually, before you do that, I find it's better that like maybe we can show you some decks that you can choose from, and then you can like while you're telling us about it, you can shuffle the cards just so that while you're literally telling us
and
about
get
it,
a feel for them.
Yeah, the cards will know what to show you. So we have a bunch of different things. Devin, do you want to show yours first, and then I'll show mine.
So first of all, I have this deck. I'll just put them in front of you, and I won't say much about them. But I have this. It's called Spirit Speak.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, of course. They're
nice.
all tarot decks. Feel free to open it, look through it. I have this other one.
Oh, okay.
I'll put this in front of you too.
Oh, I like these sketches.
No.
So we have that. So that's it. I have just the 2 decks to offer right now, aside from my Oracle decks, but we can get to that later.
And then over here.
Dude, this stuff looks so legit. Oh my gosh.
They may be legit. Our readings of them, no, they will guide us.
I feel like we're pretty legit for being not legit. The most legitimate, illegitimate card readers. Yeah.
And this is the third one here.
And I have a few too.
Yeah, Christy has a few. So what you're going to do now is just pick whichever one you basically resonate with the most.
Okay.
And we're showing her listeners all of our different decks. So I have Spirit Speak, which is one of my offerings. And then I also have a traditional Rider-Waite deck, but it's gold foiled. And it's a beginner's deck, so it has little helpful hints and tips and tricks and keywords on the face of it. So that's pretty cool.
I'm presenting 3 decks. One is Tarot of the Divine, that is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. The other one I'm presenting is Movie Tarot, which all has like different movies in it. And I feel like Myra would really like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love it.
And then the last one I'm presenting is my OC Pagan Otherworlds tarot deck, which is a staple for me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one you use a lot? Or?
Yeah, I think that this one is the one that I personally use the most.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, this is the last one.
So tell us a little bit about what your reading is going to be. And okay, I should just mention, I know Myra is our girl, so she's going to be totally chill with it, but we want to be as open as we possibly can because me and Christy are learning. So we're not trying to facilitate any like gotcha or whatever because we don't gotcha.
Yeah, it's not like, you know how sometimes you go to like a psychic or something and you're like, okay, let me hold back all the information so that they can like work harder and tell me the things so then you know it's like true. But you know, for us, we're learning. We don't have those abilities yet. I think we're working on them, and we're doing a really by the book, literally using books to look up these cards. And so I feel like having more context, like when I do readings for myself, I know the full story, so like I can understand and better interpret things. And so it would be great to know like the full tea so that we can help you understand what the cards are telling you, instead of it being like, oh, we're just gonna pull something out our ass and like you be like, oh, okay, like
versus like you have a connection, and so like can be able to like see like,
yeah, well, you can just don't feel like you have to hold anything back is what we're saying. Like just be like, if we ask you if something's true, don't be like maybe. Yeah. Just be like, yes, it's true.
Or like no.
Yeah, or no. Yeah. Do you resonate toward a specific deck?
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by the movie Tarot.
Okay.
Or Tarot.
Let's do it.
And also that one too.
This one?
Okay, leave it out.
I don't know. How do you like choose between
whichever one you're like the most excited
feeling
about
the energy
and more
with?
drawn
Yeah.
to, like honestly.
Okay.
Maybe tell us a little bit about what's going on, what your question is, or your central concern.
I think it's just like, I think with like a lot of filmmakers out there who are still trying to like make it, quote unquote, like I think there's just like a lot of uncertainty in this industry. True. Yeah. And I think quite honestly, like those are like the questions and the thoughts that plague me the most is like, am I doing the right thing? Or like, should I be working harder? Or like should I just be focused on saving money so I can make the next film? Or like, is any of this going to pan out? Did my sacrifice leaving medicine, is it worth something, you know?
I think we should go with the movie tarot because there might be some movies within that that like speak to you specifically that might come up, you know, and that might like offer a secondary layer of intellect because your question centrals around filmmaking.
Yeah.
And Myra's a really huge movie person. Like if you follow her Instagram, she's like watching a movie every day and like reviewing it. It's really amazing.
I try.
Yeah.
I'm playing catch up.
So shuffle this deck to your heart's desire until you feel like it's and ruminate on your questions and your concerns while you do it. And then put your energy into this shuffle and whenever you feel ready, and I would say that you're ready.
Okay, cool.
And even if you want
not a good
even if you want to like
just mess around
any
and
way that you want to do it
to mix it up. Okay.
Yep.
And
that's probably easier.
The only tarot readings that I've ever done, they had me shuffle them on the table like that.
Oh, I've never done it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, they don't have you like shuffle like?
No, they'll have me just like do exactly what you're doing.
So we have like
right
a
now.
pile. Let me take a picture of this. We have like a pile of like the cards. Keep going.
Just keep
An
going.
action shot. I feel like even like talking about like your issue too, it like helps the cards like know. Like, is there anything like is there like a certain situation that's come up that's made you like, you know, feel a certain way or want to know like if you made the right decisions, etc.?
Yeah, I think it's just like I'm in the middle of like writing like the feature script that I hope will be the first feature film I make. And I think I just have a lot of concerns around like financing and like, you know, like, am I writing a good film? Is this film true to my voice? And I also think like I have concerns about like, I think, I don't know if it's like kind of existential, but I'm always thinking about like, I can be ambitious about film if I need to, but I'm always wondering like, am I going to lose my soul in this venture? Right? Like, I feel like ego is such a big part of being a filmmaker. And like, I'm always concerned about like, am I going to lose a sense of myself because I'm so determined to like get to a certain place that I forget who I am or what I'm here for? And I don't want to lose that. And I'd rather take a step back, and just like make sure that I'm checking myself versus like going forth like unhinged, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think about things like that, and then I wonder, is that a weakness? Like, am I? I don't know. It's lots of thoughts about like, who am I outside of being a filmmaker, and who am I as a filmmaker, and all those things. But
so, if you had to sum this up into one like central question that you're trying to find out an answer about, what would you say that is?
Will I build a career in this industry with my soul intact?
Interesting question.
Or maybe what does it take to make it, or something like that?
Or will I make it?
Yeah. Okay.
Without like sacrificing your integrity or
exactly.
Okay.
Or is it going to be chaotic?
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and I'm okay with that, but yeah, those are like my.
So it's like, it's like our question is like, what is Myra's journey to making it look like?
Yeah.
Basically, what's the vibe? What's the tea on that?
Yeah. Okay, cards.
I feel like I was watching you shuffle, and I thought you shuffled in a really interesting way. You like split it into a bunch of, we had her like do the pile or whatever, and then you immediately put everything in like a bunch of little like organized piles and separately like shuffled those.
I feel they're like
putting
very
together.
thoroughly shuffled now.
Yeah, this is like a doctor's shuffle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is. And now this is my first question when we do readings, and I guess this is the question we should get answered pretty immediately. So maybe we can consult the old machine. But when we lay out the cards, do they face Myra or do they face us?
I think we should have them face us because we're reading the cards.
Yeah, that's what I think too, intuitively. So let's just do it like that.
Okay. Have the Prosecco face me.
Yes, have more Prosecco.
I just ran out.
Please. And I think we're almost gonna move on to our second bottle, which we can try the white wine that I brought. I brought a Kirkland's. I've been doing this thing where I've been bringing like a Costco wine because I've heard that they've had really good wine just because like their alcohol is all kind of like big brand stuff that they rebottle or whatever.
Yeah.
So far it's been good. Okay, so our first position.
The card that crosses you is next. What's above you? What's behind you? Or beneath you? What you already know. What's behind? What's forward? 7910. I like how these cards do not say what movie they're from on them.
I mean, there's definitely Lilo from Fifth Element.
Oh my God, yeah. Edward Scissorhands.
Is that this?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know who this person is, but they're the Justice card.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
I don't watch too many Westerns.
I can look it up.
Yeah.
Let me get up. Devin, do you want to start
Sure.
by talking about what spread we're doing? And
Sure. We're doing the Celtic Cross spread, which is something that I gravitate toward
Devin loves
most.
this
I
one.
like this spread because I feel like it's most comprehensive because it tells you like what's your issue, like it's telling you your issue, and then it tells you what you already know and what you don't know, what's behind you, what's ahead of you, and past, present, and future. And I really like this spread to get a comprehensive look at what's going on. And it is one of the most popular of all spreads. Again, I'm reading from the Modern Witchcraft Book of Tarot. It's your complete guide to understanding the tarot by Skye Alexander.
Can I add?
Yeah, of course.
That again, we're using the movie tarot deck, which is basically like movie themed. Illustrated by Natalie Foss and written by Diana McMahon Collins. And I just realized there's a guidebook, and I think I'm gonna like, you can have yours and then we can compare with like what the creators kind of like intended.
Okay. So it actually says, I've never read this before, but the number 1 card is the significator. And you place it on the table to bring you or the person for whom the reading is being done into the reading.
Oh.
So it says to lay card 1 on top of the significator, but I guess we didn't do that part.
Well, that's okay. We have the person here, so that's all right.
Okay. So the spot number 1, it covers you and describes your immediate concerns. So Myra already did tell us a little bit about that. Her immediate concerns, and it's what does Myra's journey in this industry look like? And her first card is Knight of Swords. So let's take a gander at the Knight of Swords. And there are a lot of swords in this spread, and wands too.
That's very interesting because I know swords are about like thoughts and ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And then
which
wands,
are signs?
Which part? Oh, like just sun?
Yeah, what's
Aries.
your Aries? Yeah.
Okay, so you're a very like tenacious person who can get a little feisty when needed.
Yeah. Oh, am I allowed to take notes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool,
Please.
Oh my gosh, what if we said no?
It's like it's gonna mess with the energy. It's like
No.
Okay, cool. I actually think I took notes last time you guys did this for me.
Okay. The Knight of Swords. I have it here. So in the movie deck, though, I think it is Edward Scissorhands. Wait. But actually, no, I don't think it is Edward Scissorhands because he's more modern than that.
Look, let me see.
Looks like Johnny Depp, but I don't know.
Oh, this is a girl with a dragon tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's her. But not the version with Daniel Craig, but the original, the Swedish version.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess it didn't look close.
Yeah, right? Y'all were like, I was like, Edward Scissorhand where?
Yeah, where are the hands? Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad. I'm a bad
That's so
cinephile.
funny.
Okay, so the original Swedish girl with the dragon tattoo is King of Swords. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
Knight of Swords?
Oh, Knight of Swords. Oh, forgive me. Let me turn the page. So knights often symbolize messages or travel. In the traditional deck, that's what it kind of shows him, hell-bent on like going into battle. But in the Aquarian tarot, it says he shoulders his sword, like the card is in this deck, contemplating his next move, which is exactly what you kind of told us. And this card is supposed to be about your central question. If he represents a person you know, he may be someone who's overly aggressive or argumentative, who lives in attack mode. Or he
That sounds like an Aries right there.
Yeah.
I think this is you.
Or he might be a spiritual warrior, one who uses his intellect to examine and purify himself, which is exactly what you said what you are
I think this is
intellectually
That's crazy.
questioning
Yeah.
your path. So I think this is just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Reinforces, your central question. And it says, it may suggest you're passionate about your ideas and believe wholeheartedly in the rightness of your objective.
I mean, I think you do.
You have a quick mind, keen intellect, but may lack true wisdom. Sometimes this knight symbolizes an urgent message or an unexpected trip, but I think not for this one because he's carrying a sword and he doesn't look like he's rushing into battle.
Yeah, let's see. What is she? She's like standing there with her hands in her pockets. She's got like a sword kind of like slung on her back, and she's got like a messenger bag. So it looks like she's gonna go like fuck some shit up.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it almost is like she's about to go tattoo that guy.
Well, your job is fairly new, am I correct?
Oh,
Like,
mine, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I've been in it for 6 months.
Okay. So it says this card can represent a job change or a shift in work-related responsibilities. It may also caution you to hold your tongue and bide your time. Diplomacy is important right now.
Okay.
In my book, in the guidebook that actually comes with the deck, it describes knights as like these cavaliers. It says like young people, dynamic, adventurous, chivalrous, romantic, intensive, revolutionary energy, creating movements and chains, expansive, goal-oriented. I feel like these are all, I think this card is like
Definitely
100% you.
Yeah.
And like particularly to the Knight of Swords, it's like dashing, brave, potent defender, expert soldier, marksman, skillful, practiced, astute. I feel like these all like really, they embody what, like how you go about the world.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting. And what's another thing that's interesting is like the other knights of the other suits. It's like the, what's his name? Not Ripley, but the guy from Princess Bride. The Dread Pirate Rogers or whatever.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's his other name, and then he has like another name when he like that he used to go by or whatever. But it's like him, Furiosa, her, and then Neo. So I'm like, that's kind of interesting that these are all characters that are like leading something, and like really about something, and very,
like a big change,
fueled, so that's really interesting to like compare them.
So hell bent on their mission, and
seriously.
it's like if they fail, like they cannot fail.
That's so you.
Yeah,
that's so you. Okay, let's move on to the next card.
The Seven of Swords, which is the card that crosses you and describes the obstacles that face you. So some keywords: uncertainty, illusion, impetuousness, stealth, cunning, and strategy. Okay. When this card appears, it suggests you're facing a challenge or a problem, and you must use caution to overcome potential danger. So, she's facing the challenge of whether or not,
like what road to take.
The question. It's like a central challenge, basically. Yeah. It may suggest a difficult situation in which things are not completely clear.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
You may be formulating a plan, but you don't have all the information you need. So, or the plan may be risky and could backfire. Like, we know filmmaking is a risky business.
This is everything.
This card can represent surreptitious action and advises diplomacy. Again, diplomacy. Didn't the other card say something about diplomacy?
Oh, maybe.
In a reading about your job, this card says, don't engage in direct confrontation. Work behind the scenes to get results. The upright 7 can also indicate restlessness. Perhaps your job lacks the diversity or stimulation you desire. So it says, consider making a change.
It's possible. Yeah. I can see that.
For my booklet that came with it, it just lists like cunning, skillfulness, and determination that needs to be used for the right purposes. Considering escape from an imprisoning situation. Manipulation that tends to backfire, change of heart, treachery. So I feel like this is all kind of pointing to like your central question of like, am I making the right decisions? Like,
and these are the thoughts that directly cross her, you know?
Yeah. So that's really interesting.
Am I making the right decision? That was the main questions you had.
Yeah. It basically describes how I'm feeling right now.
It describes the obstacles that are facing you.
Yeah.
But with your job and everything too. I mean, it's saying considering escaping from an imprisoning situation. Do you feel that way?
It says consider making a change.
I don't necessarily feel that way about my job, although I don't know. I think it's probably too much of a metaphor. I feel like I'm a prisoner of my own thoughts. I need to get
it could be internal. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be your job. It could be the way that you're looking at things.
I mean, it is a very cerebral question, kind of.
That's
like,
true.
What should I do?
Yeah.
I definitely feel very trapped in it.
Okay, let's move on.
Maybe just taking a step back from it, like taking a breath and just being like, I am okay right now.
Yeah,
I think surviving out there.
Yeah,
surviving well.
I just like kind of take a step back and like get out of the
cyclical
river.
thought. Yeah. That's like that happens to me. But I think of them as like OCD things, like Dr. Bailey from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh.
And she discovers that she suddenly has OCD and all of a sudden has all the symptoms of OCD. Well, yeah, all of a sudden.
Wow.
Because she accidentally gave staph infection through her gloves.
What?
Through 2 pairs of gloves even though she had no symptoms, to
What season is this?
a patient she had surgery on. I don't know. It definitely is not it's like season 7. So
Oh, okay.
I don't think
I feel like it was really popular in the early mid 2000s, and that's like in middle school. I know everybody that I knew, like everyone talked about, like it was like that and Desperate Housewives.
Yeah,
everyone
Desperate
talked
Housewives for
about
sure.
that, and then I never like watched anymore. I was like, oh, wasn't there like Dr. like McDreamy or whatever?
Yeah, and McSteamy.
Yeah, McSteamy. Yeah. Oh my
They
gosh.
both die.
That's so funny.
I think I watched like the first 3 seasons. It was also the time when they had Lost. That was like also
Yes,
a big
that was a huge show
Lost,
too.
yeah.
And was it Hero?
Yeah.
Heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, next card.
So next card is the 3 card. This crowns you and describes what's known to you objectively. So another thing that you know, and this is, you know who this looks like to me is Freddy Krueger from back here.
But it's not. He has a gun. I'm gonna see.
And a Scales
He's a-
of Justice.
He's a major
And
arcana
it's
card.
just-
So okay,
it's
it's
justice.
Clint Eastwood as William Money in Unforgiven. So I have not seen that one.
Neither have I.
And it's something that I do want to watch. But that's why we all don't know it. So it's the Justice card. It's Clint Eastwood from Unforgiven. I'm just gonna go and continue with
You go first, yeah.
my booklet that it came with. So it's saying life lesson: your choices and actions affect others and will return to you. Interesting. This is the thing that kind of crowns you. So this is like what, like the cloud over her head?
What she objectively knows.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Okay, so then, I mean, that kind of makes sense for life lessons. So your choices have other actions,
Yeah. It definitely does. Like
especially for your family,
my family.
yourself,
potential.
your closer family,
Yeah.
upcoming maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say like maybe future. I mean, that actually plagues me a lot. Is like I'm in my mid-30s right now, and it's like, do I have a family as a filmmaker? Like,
Yeah, is there room for that?
is there room for
Yeah.
that? Like, am I gonna exhaust myself trying to be
But
two
I
things
think-
to two people?
I think if you go down a level deeper, and if this is what you know, like truly what you know, maybe not what you like admit to yourself, but what you know, it says the Justice card often depicts a female figure robed and crowned, or sometimes armored. So she has a sword, a symbol of the air element, Aries, right?
Aries is fire.
Oh, damn it.
Mine. Oh, go ahead.
I am a Gemini moon, but I don't know if that matters.
She isn't blind or blindfolded. Her eyes are open, suggesting divine justice is at work here rather than the laws of humankind. So maybe you know objectively your choice or your decision.
Oh, like how to move forward.
Yeah, or how to move forward.
But I'm in denial.
But with strength.
Huh.
Because like, I know all of us aren't like walking around being like, I'm a bad bitch. Like, I'm a bad bitch. But like, you kind of are. But I'm wondering if you know that on some level.
Yeah, no, I think, I mean, you want to be able to own it, but like, I think people who really know me would say like I have issues like owning it.
You hide it well.
Yeah.
That's a skill in and of itself.
Yeah. It's just, I think in some ways, like you don't want to like externalize it too much because it makes you a target, you know, and you don't, I'm not really the kind of person that likes attracting too much attention to myself. So like,
Well, it says this card tells you to look at your inner self for guidance. Don't rely solely on human advisors. Oh,
Well, interestingly, I have something kind of similar, but a little bit different. But I have, it states like, it lists balance, equilibrium. This card's about equality, symmetry, harmony, integrity, honor, fairness, like things that are kind of like 2 and 2, you know, weighing on the scales. Obviously, it's justice, but it's all about like neutrality, moderation, attraction and repulsion, polarity,
this
oversensitivity.
definitely known to Myra. You have to deliberate calmly and carefully. It says
yeah.
make before taking action or reaching any decision.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah, you got to weigh it out, right?
Yeah, I take some time to think about it. And then moderation is like, I think has become more and more important to me as I've gotten older.
But it says sometimes justice says you need to right a wrong or rectify a matter, but it's a card of karma, and it suggests you're reaping what you've sown.
Oh yeah, that's what my guide says too about karma. Mm-hmm.
So like karma's coming for me, or is that just more like
I think it's so this card is about like this
what
position
you know.
is about what you know. So I feel like maybe deep down you know that for every like it's like science, you know, for every action there's an equal like reaction to it. You know, like I think that you know that
You have to deliberate before.
there's something something will happen based on it's like the butterfly effect. Like you make one choice, it's going to affect all these other things, and then like those branch off into other things, and like maybe these are things that are in your mind. I don't know.
Oh my, yeah, no, that's so me. It's like every choice I make has like a domino effect on other parts of my life.
I think that I feel like that's definitely what it's pointing to.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the
Yes.
next card?
So the 4 card lies beneath you and describes the foundation of the concern or past influences that are still affecting you. It also shows you what's unknown about the situation.
So it's your past, maybe subconscious things that are affecting.
Yeah, but what
now
or what you don't know, what's hidden to you.
Yeah, it's subconscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have, I feel like coming up, we have a plethora of wands. It's like in this, was it 4 position?
Mm-hmm.
We have like 9 of wands, and then like after that, it's 4 of wands, and then like 7 of wands reversed. So it's like wand city up in here. Yeah, literally swords and wands.
Okay, so this card, representing what you don't know or what's hidden to you, represents completion and fulfillment. That's great. And when the 9 of Wands appears upright in a reading, which it is, it indicates you've finished a job and done it well. As a result of oppositions you've faced and triumphed over, you've grown stronger. You've demonstrated self-discipline, skill, and wisdom, and come out on top. And in a reading about work, the card says the worst is over. Stay the course. Stand your ground. Success lies ahead.
Oh, wow.
On my side, in the booklet that it came with, it talks about like strength in adversity and powers of like recovery and healing after injury. I don't know if it also says like accident or illness, so I don't know if you went through anything recently. So maybe just this is all just mental
injury.
Yeah. It says it also says preparing well ahead, which is interesting, and I feel like something you may do, but or managing delays. But it does say success after setback.
Okay.
Which I think aligns with what Devin was saying.
This is interesting. There's a little like bonus info here about this card. It says the last of the single-digit numbers, 9 signifies fullness and power. As the result of 3 times 3, it holds a magical symbolism in spell work.
That's cool.
So, to encourage the speed and effectiveness of an amulet or talisman, you can tie 9 knots to close it. If you want to do some talisman work.
I've never done talisman work.
Well, there's a spell in this book if you want to take it home.
Wait, what would that do? That would like kind of reinforce what the card is saying?
And protect it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Protect your, a talisman or like magical spell work if you wanted to do something, I guess, towards anything. If you wanted to protect whatever spell you were doing, you could tie 9 knots.
Oh.
Do you think like were you like previously in a place where I don't know, like in a place where you just thought you wouldn't come out of it?
Yeah. I think the time right after graduating from film school was like, I mean, there was a pandemic, of course, but like, I think
worst time to graduate, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was just like this, like the lack of, I'm someone who like does well with structure, and like the lack of structure was just like suddenly like, oh my God.
All
like,
the unknowns.
All the
everything.
unknowns. Yeah. And just like not knowing, like trying to make something, but not knowing who it was for. And like learning to like kind of validate myself and my work in a space where no one is grading me or anything or telling me I get a degree on something. It got pretty dark. And like, especially when I was looking for a job, I think I was just like trying to be creative at the same time was like facing some like financial like uncertainty. And so I think it got pretty dark and I was feeling really bad about myself. And it's like, you're in, like, I was like, I still am like, you know, in my early to mid 30s, and you're just kind of looking back and like, oh my God, what have I done? You know, like, so it got pretty dark for a moment. I think I'm in a much better place.
Yeah, I mean, this card being in this position shows that you are in a better place and that you kind of overcome that.
Yeah.
And this is like stuff that, I mean, maybe some of that, because this position is all about like things that you may not know about or may not notice, but it is also about the past. And so these are things that maybe could be affecting you unknowingly. Now, like lingering, like hesitations about things. But you know, it seems like
on a positive side.
Yeah, no, I think that it seems like things are looking up, and it's just pointing to what you've gone through, right?
Yeah. And moving forward for the next card, which is the card that's behind you and describes past influences now fading away. And as I'm reading a little bit about it, it reminds me of film school a little bit, at least for me. I know this is not my reading, but it's an extremely positive card. The Four of Wands signifies happiness, success, comfort, and security. You've used your energy and talents wisely, and you've worked hard, and now you're reaping the rewards due to you. And I feel like at that time, we all were like seeing successes, and like our films were doing well, or we were getting grant money or whatever. I know it wasn't always positive, but it was still like I see as one of the most positive and like structured times of my life. And like
100%. I agree. Yeah, like personally.
Mm-hmm. And it says in a reading about work, this card shows success, harmony, and stability in your business or career. But again, this is behind you. So you derive satisfaction from a job well done. It represents happiness and fulfillment in a creative venture, and perhaps recognition on a broader scale. So maybe you did a project that particularly went well or something, but like that's sort of now fading from the view of things, you know?
Yeah. That actually is perfect, because in the booklet, it says like waiting for a conclusion. And I'm wondering if that's like about your film that you have out now. Like you're waiting to see where exactly that goes.
Yeah. That's so perfect, because I was actually talking to my partner today about how like I'm like, once I'm done with this film festival circuit, like he was saying like, oh, like it's essentially like the conclusion of your film school journey. It's like when that's done, it's like now you have to move on to the next thing. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. So I feel like the Four Wands like kind of represents like film school and like the 4 short films we made.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're right. Dang.
Yeah. Each of them, it was such like a positive, fun, and happy time. You know what I mean? Like with just all the resources available to us to create, it was like unbridled creation, which is, and so I know looking back, like when I was in it, maybe I didn't feel the same way, but like the support that we received just from like the faculty and from our cohort of just being able to like make these things and help each other out and like push through and like actually make fucking cool movies. Like it was a good time.
Yeah, and you could guarantee that you're gonna make that film.
Yeah.
You know, like you actually had to.
Yeah.
You couldn't like drag your feet, which is like, looking back, was a gift in and of itself.
I totally agree.
Despite the chaos.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Okay.
That's so interesting. And now I'm ready for the next bit of cards.
Well, this card is now what's before you and describes new circumstances coming into being in the near future.
Okay, this is what you really want to know.
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
This is the hot tea.
And it's our first reverse card of the deck too.
Oh.
But the first of all of them being reversed from here on out. Look at that.
That's true.
Isn't that
all
weird?
Of them are reversed. So basically we have a 7 of Wands, and then...
Wait, is this split? Yes, it's split completely evenly. The first 5 cards of this reading are upright, and the last 5 cards are inverse.
Is that scary? When it's inverse, it means it's like
just has a different meaning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it can be reversed. So sometimes like
sort
bad
of
things could be good, or
Yeah.
sometimes good things can be like something that can maybe point to something you need to pay attention to, or like emphasize something. So I want to say this booklet doesn't really go into reverse meaning, so I'm gonna go and look at my notes for the Stephanie Capone book that I always reference.
Okay, cool. So I'll start with the 7 of Wands. So again, this card is in her spot that describes new circumstances coming into being in the near future. some keywords are courage, fighting for what you believe in, and facing challenges. When this card appears in a reading, you may need to stand up for yourself, fight for what you believe in. If challenges confront you, but you possess the resources to succeed. Think of this as the don't give up card. That's very interesting.
That's exactly what you need to hear.
I know.
know.
Oh my God. This is so affirming.
When this card appears, you may need to fend off competitors or enemies to achieve your objective. Even if challenges are formidable, you can overcome them. This is like reminding me of like that bad bitch card that we pulled before. It encourages you to stay strong and focus your will to win the struggle. So yeah, just hold your ground. Try to keep your spirits up and don't show weakness. Keep working diligently for what you want. Don't let other people distract you.
And I just want to add one small thing to what Devin said. And that is that
Sorry, I was reading the upright version.
Oh no.
well, but that doesn't apply because it's not upright.
I know. I mean, I was reading the upright, but it's reversed, so I should have been reading the reverse.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay. Well,
Oh no.
No, but
Myra.
I think you're right because because mine says moving on from challenges, and you did say that.
Mine signifies a time of confusion.
Oh no.
It says you can't decide how to handle a challenge.
Wait, no, but that's upright, right?
No, that's reversed.
Okay.
Upright is the good one.
No,
Reversed.
I know, but that's weird.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
lack of clarity may sap your willpower and make you feel like giving up.
Clarity may sap my will. Okay. That's true.
Cautions you to avoid problematic people and watch your back.
Okay.
Choose your battles carefully.
Wait, but that's literally the opposite of what I have in my book, which is like the reverse is moving on from challenges. It indicates that you're moving away from the financial challenges you've experienced, but have lingering fears about falling back into hardship, focusing on your spiritual practice, or simply choosing to have faith in your situation is change that will give you the boost that you need to release feelings of lack and loss.
But watch your back.
So take from that what you will.
So basically, like, what I'm getting from this is just be cautious and, like...
You may want to give up, but you shouldn't.
Okay.
This is the fighting card.
I also think,
Okay.
like, in your... Because the suit of, like, coins or pentacles is all about, like, money and abundance.
Business,
And
yeah.
that seems to definitely be something that you seem to be
concerned about,
worried about. And I just think that maybe while you have things on lock now, maybe the future... like does not hold exactly that for you. Maybe you have to take a risk or something like that. Maybe that's like maybe that's coming. Maybe that happened. You know, I feel like it's something that's not going to go away, especially in our field.
Yeah.
Like film industry. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's just contract work.
Yeah, it's hard to come by sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, so this card, the next card, describes your current state of mind.
Okay.
So we have what? The reversed Five of Pentacles?
No, we have the world. We're here. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why we were having differing things. Is because we were just right here.
Oh, I was doing this one.
That's why we were having
It's
different
before her.
things.
Yeah.
Wait,
then you
what?
skipped this one because it was
Okay.
reversed. Remember, and you were gonna go check your notes.
Oh, okay. Then
And
I was
so
reading this one.
yeah.
That's why.
Oh, shoot.
Do you want to look up
Okay.
this one?
Sure. I'm sure it says something very similar.
So this one is the watch your back card still. The don't give
Okay.
up.
7 of Wands reversed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It says vigilance and feeling defeated.
But
Yeah.
what am I supposed to be hyper vigilant about?
It says just watch your back with coworkers, bosses, and clients. It says in a reading about work, it cautions you to avoid problematic people. And it says in a reading about money, competitors or unexpected expensive may cut into your financial resources. So you may need to set firm guidelines for spending or seek assistance.
Okay.
So it's basically a card saying things might get rocky,
Yeah.
but in the upright position, it's the never give up card.
Yeah.
It's the same card, it's just reversed.
Yeah.
So I would say the lessons are to just be cautious. This is ahead of you. Watch your back. Be smart. But don't give up.
Okay.
I do have that. I read ahead. Sorry about that. But my notes from Stephanie Capone's book does say, instead of lashing out when provoked, you may tend to internalize your anger and frustration. If this is the case, consider journaling your feelings and then having a conversation after you've had a chance to calm down and assess the situation. Your emotions are valid and deserve to be expressed.
Yeah, that's
That's an Aries energy situation.
Yeah.
Right there.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, this card is so sad.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry.
I already read it.
Why is everything reversed?
But it's reversed now. But no, upright it's sad. So maybe the reverse.
No,
is a
reverse
good
is
thing.
good. It's what I said. Basically,
Yeah.
that things are like looking up.
Also, upright isn't always good.
Sometimes
Or-
it's bad. Yeah, sometimes it's bad.
interesting. Okay.
So, okay, when the Five of Pentacles appears reversed, it can indicate recovery. So that's good. So there's hardship ahead, but there's recovery after. But this is your current state of mind, though. So maybe you're
so we-
recovering.
we-
that I'm
pretty
in
much-
recovery, or
Yeah, that you recovered from maybe
Oh.
a financial challenge or some
Yeah.
kind of fear about falling back into something
after a period of
challenging.
adversity.
okay, yeah, I definitely feel a lot better about my financial status. So,
Well, you reached deep down into your inner reserves and found the strength to carry on.
Aww.
Yeah. Sometimes the card says the worst is over. It can also mean turning away from the material world to follow a spiritual path. That's the second card we've gotten that says that you're like a spiritual
Yeah,
guru.
interesting.
I mean, that totally speaks to like this Nine of Wands card that we were talking about like your subconscious and like that maybe fear of falling back into things. I mean, that like
It's also what she was talking about. It says it can represent freedom from responsibility, which she was just talking about. Like no one's making you make shit anymore.
That's true.
But it can be freeing instead of scary.
Yeah,
but
Yeah,
you
maybe
want
I
the
should embrace
structure
that.
so that
I think that's the
catch
thing.
22.
I have to like trust in my own internal structures versus external structures, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you and I are similar. Like I
Yeah.
wanted to go to film school so that I had places to learn, I had deadlines to hit, and I
Yeah.
hit the deadlines. Like I'm good at hitting deadlines. But then when you tell me like, oh, we're gonna like do some amorphous thing at some point, and then I'm like, okay, well, no deadlines. I'm never gonna do it.
I was like, I'm just gonna go and play video games. or, like-
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, it's
Yeah.
my free time. Like I don't have. I totally get where you're coming from.
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just kind of like, oh, I can just relax and like I don't have to push myself so hard. But then it's just like, yeah, I need the deadlines.
That's how I feel.
I struggle. Okay, cool. So it's like it represents freedom from responsibility, and it can be a good thing versus like a scary thing.
Yeah. The next card indicates what you hope or fear, or perhaps what you hope and fear.
I know that the world is a big card. So we have the world in reverse, and this is Leela from Fifth Element, and she's kind of like in space, but surrounded by like a little force field bubble.
Guys, this card is right on target.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because
okay,
it's like
spill
it's like
tea. Go.
okay. It shows the circumstances or people surrounding the situation. It says many choices are presented to you, but you don't know which way to go. Perhaps an obstacle still stands in the way of your success. Things may get stuck regardless of all your hard work, and you'll just have to wait until matters right themselves. So maybe the end result doesn't live up to your expectations, but sometimes you may be required to go back and do more work on something you thought you'd finish. Or, oh my God, filmmaking. Or the rewards you receive are private, personal kind rather than worldly success. And this is people surrounding you or circumstances surrounding you. So I feel like this is illustrating a possibility. And that was the card in reverse that I just read.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yo, what's cool is that like the world. So I've been reading this book about the tarot cards that kind of puts it in a perspective that the major arcana, which are like these kind of like big face cards, they are aligned in like a hero's journey, essentially. With like it starts with the Fool, and he's like, you know, after overcoming all these obstacles, he's like fresh and new, and then it ends with like the World. And so the World is the last card in the major arcana, and yeah, I don't know. It usually is like a big card for celebration and like finishing your journey and like knowing everything. You got your shit on lock and like benefiting. But I think in reverse, Yeah, it's like about incomplete action and delayed celebration, and like it's like you're almost at this end of like almost like you're at the end of your film school journey, but then like you're not quite ready to accept this, my notes say, or there could be lack of closure or delay in the gratification of your effort that prevents you. Maybe this is because this is about people surrounding you, right? Mm-hmm. So then like maybe this is like what your parents are thinking or something like that, you know, like.
Yeah.
That like, when is this over? And like, there's no real like over in a way. Like, it's a journey that just keeps going.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense.
If the reading is about your job, the world's reverse suggests you feel restricted, frustrated, or dissatisfied with your work situation. You thought you'd be further along by now, yet you still need to put in more effort.
Oh my God, yeah, that's totally me.
This card may also mean the end result isn't what you'd expected, and you feel let down.
Yep. I don't think that's my work. I definitely think that's more like my filmmaking career. Like I think it's just like this like constant like putting in the work, hustling, and like not knowing how the results are going to pan out.
Maybe that's that inner voice. Maybe it's not actually physically other people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like your other voice that's being like, hey, why aren't you doing this better? Why aren't you doing more? Da da da.
Yeah, that's definitely me.
That delayed celebration.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the next one?
So we have a 6 of Swords in reverse.
Okay. 6 of Swords in reverse in the 9 spot indicates what you hope or fear. Wait, no, sorry. This is what oh my God. Okay. I really am a student of this. So this indicates what you hope or fear, perhaps what you hope and fear. The one before was the people surrounding the situation, which is which is correct. Okay. But I had misspoke earlier. But this card is what you hope and fear, or perhaps what you hope and fear, and you said it is the 7 in reverse. Is that right?
Yeah, it's this. So a 6 of Swords.
6 of Swords.
So this is about your fear or what you hope. So I think this is your fears. So I think some keywords that are in my notes are about difficulties in moving on, staying in place, getting stuck where you're at. It signifies a delay or inability to move on from a difficult situation. A tip that it gives is ask your intuition to guide you towards issues that still need resolving. This reversal can also indicate that travel plans may be subject to delay. Focus on were you going to travel somewhere?
I mean, not real. I mean, I've been trying to figure out if I should, but I haven't made anything.
Maybe that means that you will be waiting a little bit more before you're traveling somewhere.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
It does say, to wrap this up on for my notes, it says focus on where you are in the present moment instead of pushing ahead with future plans. So maybe it's all about like because I know that you have all these hopes and dreams of like doing your next project and this and that, and then maybe it's calling for
being present.
Yeah, like time to just like be in the moment and like enjoy what you have right now.
This card for my notes speaks specifically to fear. It says perhaps you fear taking a leap of faith and leaving your old ways behind. Outdated attitudes may hold you back. If the reading is about your job, this card can indicate you're reluctant to move on after a painful experience, or perhaps you think you're at a dead end or doubt you can recover from a hardship. A lot about recovering from hardships in this reading.
Yeah.
But again, it encourages you to marshal your energies and find a place where you can flourish. So it's like, despite the hardship, like know that you will come out on the other side, which again is like this reversed Seven of Wands. Yeah, like it's the don't give up card or whatever. Like it says again, find where you can flourish, even if it's looking a little bit differently than you thought it might.
I feel like everything is pointing to like this wait and see attitude, right? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like it seems like I don't know. I get the vibe that like things are gonna be okay, and that you've like
they might look a little different than you thought they would, but you'll find inner peace regardless.
Oh my
God.
God.
It's gonna happen maybe. Okay, let's look at our last card, and then we can like look at it all, you know, and see what it all means.
This is the likely future outcome.
So
likely. Oh, interesting.
Our last card is the 5 of Swords in reverse.
Okay. So the reversed 5 of Swords suggests pretty much the same thing as it does upright. That's what it says.
Oh, interesting.
You may feel a great sense of remorse, regret, or unhappiness.
What the fuck?
Sometimes it shows you making repairs or reparations after a conflict. Again, after something that's big blowout.
In reverse?
Yeah. 5 of Swords.
Huh.
Trying to set things right again and learning from your suffering.
I have something a little different in my book.
Okay.
Mine talks about releasing and letting go of like grudges.
Uh-huh.
And it's saying it's time to lay the past to rest and release old grudges in order to move on. Focus on reaching a compromise after a conflict. You may feel intuitively guided to forgive someone or create closure. Even if you do not speak directly to the person, you can set yourself free by forgiving someone in your own mind and heart. I mean, did something happen where there was like a conflict or even an internal conflict where you kind of felt like you had to go one direction?
Yeah. No, I think this is like, there's definitely a person in my life where there was like sort of a falling out. And I communicated like, I think I need some emotional space like from this, and have not chatted with them since then. So I think,
interesting.
and I think about that person all the time, and I'm just like, I need to reconcile.
Maybe that's
the
future, the near future, right? So like maybe you need to reach out and I mean it just says, you know, like it's time to move on. It's a lot of moving on in your spread, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot of overcoming an obstacle and finding the calm after the storm.
Damn, what's the tea?
And to move on. I know there's some juiciness about to happen to you.
God, it's just like so much like stormy shit, and now I'm like,
yeah,
it's telling me it's something that I don't want to do, what I have to do.
That's probably exactly what it's pointing to. Sometimes the cards like fucking read you for filth.
Yeah,
seriously,
they let you know, they let you have it.
And also, this deck was like, oh, you want to see some movies? I'm not gonna show you any.
Yeah, right. Here's a bunch of fucking swords and wands.
Yeah, seriously.
You definitely should watch The Fifth Element. It's a great film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really great. I wish that there was like a little bit more. Like, I get that they chose to do the major arcana as the face characters, but I wish there was a little bit more.
More films, yeah.
I want to pull an oracle deck, a card from my oracle deck. It's the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle.
Okay.
You know the deity Kuan Yin. Okay, she's like a Chinese deity, and she's like represents the compassion of the world. Like, she gained nirvana, but then like, or not nirvana, she reached nirvana and like gained enlightenment, but instead of ascending to like Buddha's heaven, she decided to stay on earth to help others. So she's the deity that is most popular in like Hong Kong, and like South China, and the one who I have a little statue at home of.
Wait, what's her name?
Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin.
Yeah, or in Cantonese, Kunyam. All the Canto homies out there. Shout out. Okay, so I'm just gonna shuffle these, and what does Myra need to know about what is to come? What advice can you give on her film career and situation? Is it possible? Okay, so I have and I like this deck because it's kind of like these almost like Mongolian or like northern, like China, like very free, like on the plains, like nomadic people, but it's like her in those ways. So the card we have is Blessing of the Kite Dancer. So I'm gonna read from the, if you want to take a look at the art, I'm gonna read from the book what it says it means, because I mean, it's kind of interesting. This one has like, it gives like guidance, and it also like gives the meaning. It says, I see your full potential, and I know that you are willing to develop into all that you can be. I will encourage and guide you. Sometimes I will evoke the best in you through opportunity. Sometimes I will coax forth the best in you through challenge. What you can be assured of is success on this path is self-development. Life has offered you much natural ability and talent. I will help you discover and develop it so that you can offer yourself back to life as a beautiful gift. Aww. That's like so on par with
so
exactly
nice.
that's like what the universe wanted you to hear. It says, so in the guidance section, it says, even the most impressive natural talent benefits from the guiding hand of a wise mentor. When a student shows particular promise, a teacher may place higher demands upon that student with the intention of which is interesting that they say like student, because I feel like we were talking about like how you need the structure of like school. So it's really interesting. It says may place higher demands upon that student with the intention of drawing forth the talent within, realizing that additional work is needed to truly distill the student's potential. It says you have been gifted with a talent and ability. You may or may not be aware of it as yet, but the divine knows it is important for your success in this lifetime to develop it. So you have received a blessing from Guan Yin. It is that your talent will be nurtured by the divine into its full expression. This is a great gift. To feel the satisfaction of developing your inner potential and expressing it is profoundly satisfying and nourishing for the soul. I feel like this is all calling for you to go on some kind of like to tap into your intuition and spirituality. I feel like we've gotten like Devin, you were saying before, like we got like several cards and this card that's talking about how the divine will guide. Like that really speaks. Like, have you been doing any kind of work on that, or like considering it or thinking about it? And like maybe it's on the tip of the tongue, and like or you haven't considered it at all.
Maybe. I mean, like,
are you religious or anything at all?
I mean, I used to be. Like, I was raised Catholic, but you know, stuff, a lot of angst. But I mean, I have like. It just might just be a phase, because like I've been having a lot of racing thoughts, and I'm just like, okay, I think I need to meditate, and I actually feel much better when I meditate.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it's something
that's
in
a spiritual.
That space.
That's totally probably it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe like if you've been feeling like compelled to like want to learn how to do that. I mean, this is all pointing like all signs point to yes. Go for it.
Oh man, it's just like I think meditating feels so like opposite to what. If I'm really following the Aries thing, I'm just very impatient. So like all these cards telling me it's like you need to like calm down and like be in the present. I was like, no.
You're like, shut up.
Like, no. I have to go forward.
That's so funny.
Well,
it's really nice though.
That concludes our reading of you. Did you find any helpful hints, tips, tricks?
I mean, I think it like it's crazy how on point these cards are. But I also like, and I also feel like it's like kind of reaffirming like what I think it's like life is trying to tell me, which is like you need to calm down and be patient and take things day by day.
That's exact. I mean, if that was literally what you were thinking, like that's literally what the cards were saying.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I think that's basically what it's telling me, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I just wanted to tell me like keep moving forward and like. You know, just like take risks and whatnot. But it's like, no, just take your time and be present to the world and like
practice that spirituality and
meditate,
recover after this big blowout that's gonna happen.
Slow down. It says tie up your loose ends and like sit the fuck down under a Bodhi tree.
Okay. Yeah. I think I need to do that. I've been thinking about it for like more than a year.
Wow. So it's been a long time coming that you
maybe it says just
meditate.
Yeah, and maybe it says just step away from that. I don't know.
Like the Headspace app or something.
Exactly. You're so present within that central question. Maybe it's saying like,
you calculating mind needs to take a break. Stop calculating.
I think I'm constantly calculating. So I think this is kind of nice because it's just telling me like, you know what, you can just be chill and just like float in the air for a little bit and just let life be. It's like kind of therapeutic. It's like the cards are the therapists.
They're like validating.
100%. That's why I feel like that's why I was drawn to tarot, because sometimes there's a situation where you're like, I don't know who I could go to. Like I want to keep this within myself. Like I don't want to talk to somebody about it. And then like you do the cards and they kind of like they tell you like the awkward and awful truths, or they're like everything's gonna be cool, or they like give you a hint. You're like it's just a little hint.
Can you do it daily? Like
oh, interesting. Of course. Sometimes like
cards.
Even like, and we can maybe even try this, but if there's other like questions that you have, like you can either like what I love to do is like I love to sometimes just draw like a few cards. And like my questions about like what's the deal with this situation. I draw a few cards and then like combined all those meanings can like give me an idea of what's going on. And sometimes it doesn't make sense, and like I have to draw a few more cards, and like it gives me like clarity on the specific thing. Or sometimes you can do like yes or no, or like past, present, future, or like we did like a really interesting one,
The 5-point star.
a few episodes ago for Devin, which was like a 5-point star, and it was like very like personal, and very like, pardon the pun, pointed, like a star. And I don't know, there's just a bunch of spreads out there, or like things that like I've seen like my book that I have been reading. I don't remember the name, but it's by Stephanie Capone. It's where all my notes are from. It's like you do 2 cards, and one is what you need to release and what you need to retain. And that's really interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can like do work on that where you like manifest things that you need, and then you can let go of things that you don't need in your life anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Have you tried it? Are you like into manifesting and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I love manifesting.
I feel like Devin is really good.
I'm really good at manifesting.
Oh, really?
Like I manifested a fanny pack once. I manifested, like I had just been thinking intently that like I need to get a fanny pack, but no matter where I went, I just like couldn't find the one that like I just couldn't find any fanny packs. And then I was walking, I got lost in a neighborhood after playing beach volleyball with my old roommate who like happened to be into beach volleyball. And there sitting atop like a pile of furniture for sale was just a fanny pack, or like for free was just like a fanny pack, like an old cool like beat up leather one that was just like, who wouldn't want this fanny pack?
Yeah.
And that became my fanny pack for a really long time.
But it was for free?
Yeah.
Like
it was lying on the ground ready for Devin.
Ready for
me. Literally anybody could have picked up this like fanny pack off the side of the road. But
no, it was not
ready for
it was
you.
not just like trash on the side of the road. It was sitting on top of like furniture that someone put out to take for free.
That's crazy.
Right?
Well, I mean, anybody could have come to take it before you, but
I know.
It was not, and it was like there for you to see it.
I know, and I've been thinking about specifically just like a cool fanny pack for so long.
Devin's really good at manifesting. Like I'm pretty.
I
new to the
manifested
whole
3
thing,
jobs.
But
Holy cow!
Yeah.
I did. I was like, I'm so broke.
3
I
jobs.
need just like one little side job. I just need one little side job, and then I got 3 jobs.
Oh my gosh!
I know.
I should go to you to manifest things for me then.
I don't know how I do it. I think my brain obsesses about it, and then like somehow that bleeds into the ether.
So you probably just put it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're like churning it out.
Yeah. Because I'm worried all the fucking time.
But it's good then that it comes back to you. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm not just like talking away all my manifestation, but. Yeah.
A cool thing you could try, and we talked about this in our like previous episode, is if you have like like bay leaves, like dried ones that you just have in the kitchen.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can write down what you're trying to manifest. So like if that's a job, you're like you have to write it down in like the present tense. You're like I have like this job that pays this much that I enjoy or whatever. Or like I have a steady career in da da da. And then you take that and you burn it.
Oh.
You burn the leaf. And then you can look up online like how it burns means something. So like if it crackles or something like that, I think that's like a good thing. And then if the whole thing like burns really fast, like that means I think that's a really good thing. And then if it only like burns halfway and it like sputters out, like maybe now's not the time for that to happen.
Interesting.
That's something to try.
Huh. I do like.
Or you can also just put bay leaves in your purse or wallet to attract
that brings
abundance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well,
that's cool.
Yeah. Or you can say this mantra to yourself: "A money miracle happens to me today."
Yes. A few episodes ago, I told Devin about that because I read it in a book, and I feel like it's been working really good for you, right?
Well, I sold my TV and I got $200.
Nice.
Little money miracle. I can always use the cash.
No, for real though. And $200 to sell is like really good. I mean, I don't know how good your TV was, but like
it was decent.
Yeah,
I looked it up online. The value was like $350.
Oh, that's pretty good if you got 200 then.
Yeah.
That's really good.
That is really good.
Well, thank you so much, Myra, for being with us today and
for giving us your time
and
your
for
openness.
being, like, open and vulnerable to like sharing what's going on, because I feel like that helps us as burgeoning tarot readers to like understand the full picture, because some things some things I feel like I was like tapped into, because like something was telling me like this 9 of Wands was like something about something that like happened, like plus the context clues that we got from knowing what these position means and what the cards mean. I was like, something happened that maybe you're not like over, and that's why I like asked.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, just knowing the full context helps us. It's like a stepping, like a little like step stool,
to, a floaty in the water.
Yes, to where we need to go. Like I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Myra.
No, likewise. Thank you so much for giving your time to doing this. Like, it's so like I said, it's therapeutic, and like having like 2 people like invest time in your life is like incredible. So no, thank you.
Oh,
I don't know how to read
good.
any of these.
You got some good shit. I feel like it sometimes the cards leave you wanting for a little bit more, but I feel like this was exactly probably what you needed. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it seems like it was literally like everything was like,
we
bam,
are
bam,
what
bam.
she needed. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
No, for real though, it's like on point in a way that I'm just like, oh my God, it's like pretty much what I was thinking in my head, and now it's like telling me, yep, this is it.
Okay.
Gotta wait.
I want to ask one thing actually. Before you came in, what was your expectation of what you were gonna get out of this? I'm just really curious, because like, I don't know, before I was like into tarot, I kind of like just thought that it was all about, like, I always thought it was about the reader and maybe not necessarily about the cards. And like knowing now that you kind of have to just like memorize the cards or whatever, it seems so much more attainable. Like I thought there was something to it that like I didn't have, but I know that I now, like, everyone has it within themselves. It's like freaking Ratatouille. It's like anyone can cook.
Aww.
You know, like
anyone can be a rat.
Yeah, we're all just rats with little
trash rats.
Yeah, we're like
trying to like frantically moving.
manipulated. Yeah. But yeah, what did you think before coming here, and then what do you think after, and what was like the difference?
I think, well, I mean, I've had tarot card readings before.
Really? Tell us about that. We should have asked you about it before, like what your experience is with it, and like and everything, but like go into it.
No, I think the first time I actually embraced like this like sort of work was when I actually right after med school, when I was in San Francisco. And I just went to this sort of like fair, and there was this woman who was reading tarot cards, and like she was like, yeah, I can only do this when I'm really high.
Wow,
that's so interesting.
Yeah, she said like,
so it is about the reader.
Devin, are you gonna like get really high and see what
vibe
happens?
in the lettuce? I'll be like, I don't know what this card means.
You're like, I'm hungry.
But yeah, she was saying like, and she was like smoking a blunt. She's like, I really have to like
I love
deep
this
into
woman.
this.
Yeah, she was like, sorry, I need to do my work.
Yeah, no, she
It's probably part of her shtick.
Yeah, it's her process.
Yeah.
I mean, don't knock the process.
Yeah.
She was super sincere and earnest about it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and then I just asked her questions, and like a lot of the stuff that she said was like crazy on point, you know? And so I got her number. I was like, I have to come back to you. And then it's just like this thing where it's like, of course, if you get like good stuff, you're like, I want to come back to this person. But then the next time I came back to her, it was like not so. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it was just more like the cards were telling me to wait, and it's not going to be. It was like more gray. And then
did you listen? And what happened? Like, did it come true?
You know, I was a little bit in denial about it. I think certain things. It's funny because looking back, like, I would say majority of the things that she said came true.
Oh, wow.
But and it's funny because it's like when you do receive like gray news or whatever, you think it's going to be really terrible, but it actually wasn't as bad as I thought. It was just more like a period of like a little bit of struggle, but it wasn't something that wasn't impossible to overcome. And then like, I think after that reading, I was like, okay, like, I think that I shouldn't come in with any expectations, because like that's where you kind of screw yourself over, because then there's a lot of bias. And so before I came here, I was like, I'm not gonna have any expectations. Like,
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, from my past experience, I know I'm gonna read into some shit or have some kind of like thing,
or I'm gonna want something, want the cards to tell me what I want to hear, versus like sometimes the cards are just gonna tell you and be honest, and you just have to face it, which is like, I think sometimes I just need that.
Yeah,
because I think sometimes I'm just in denial of things, and like I really appreciate I mean, it's interesting to think of them as like sentient beings, but I really appreciate that they're just honest and blunt with me, even though it's like stuff that I don't want to hear. Like, you have to reconcile with this person. I was like, no.
Oh, that's freaking like 5 of Swords reverse is literally telling you that's your near future, like literally in that position.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, I just want to add one thing that is, I feel like our motto of this whole show is like, this is very interesting, but like, honestly, this is very interesting. I was reading, Devin lent me a book called You Are Psychic by Deborah Lynn Katz, and I started reading it, and what stuck out to me was that psychic readings and like healings, like you think that they're about the future, but really they're about the present
and now,
and like, because things that happen now can change and affect the future. And so most of the time it's all about like people kind of already have something that they are already leaning towards, or that they already know, and that they need that other person
that
doesn't know to validate their feelings. And I feel like because we don't know the exact because like, okay, you're our friend obviously, but we don't know like these, like we don't know about that reconciliation that you need to do. Like we have no idea about that, and that's not something that you maybe like share with like friends from film school. And I feel like maybe the cards just like they do exactly that. Like it's not about like looking into the future, it's looking about what can you do about the present that can
affect
like that can basically create the outcome that you want out of the future.
Yeah, that's really interesting, because it's like, I think in a way it's kind of like meant to empower you, you know. It's not telling you what the future is going to look like. It's more like we're guiding you so that you can get to the future that you're creating.
True.
Kind of thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like how serendipitous that because I'm not very far into this book.
Wasn't that one of the words I couldn't say?
Serendipitous?
Yeah, when we were reading. Serendipitous?
No, I thought it was like something with
surreptitious.
I forget. I don't know. But I just think that that's just so wild that like I only read this like half a chapter.
Yeah.
And that it so applies exactly to what you just said about like, oh, you had no expectations coming in, and that like you wanted to just be like, I don't know, like pleasantly surprised by like what you were finding. And that's just so cool. I love doing this.
Yeah, this is like really nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely pleasantly surprised that I think this whole movie card deck is so cool.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up. It's a hot box. I am like,
we're hot here.
Dripping sweat down my mustache.
We got the aircon off. So thank you again. Our guest is Myra Aquino. Do you want to let them know where they can find you online?
And
also what you're up to. If you want to toot your horn a little bit, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. So you can find me on Instagram. My handle is @_ MyraAquino or _Myra Aquino. What I'm up to, I'm basically just doing a film festival circuit with my thesis film Beauty Queen, which I developed in the same program as Christy and Devin. So yeah, that's what I'm up to right now.
Is it like out anywhere that they can watch it or anything like that? Anything upcoming?
I think the next thing that's upcoming hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
So I can't say it, but I'll tell you guys outside of the
Maybe
podcast.
if it's out, if it's out by the time that this comes out, we're definitely going to put a link.
Yeah, we'll link to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
In our show notes. Yeah, thank you again for being on the podcast. We are Wine and Divination. I am one of your hosts, Christy.
I'm your other host, Devin.
You can find us on Instagram @wine.divination. All our other socials you can find at wineanddivination.com. Join our Discord server. Go ahead and @ us if you have anything to say about these cards or about any other things that we've talked about on the pod.
Yeah, please reach out to us. We love to hear from you, and rate, review, and subscribe as always.
Yes, give us the stars.
Give
us your thoughts.
All them 5-pointed stars.
Yes. Oh my gosh, imagine if they were non-5-pointed stars.
Like pentagrams.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
Actually, I would love that. They're all like upside down.
Yeah.
They're all just like, they're all coins. They're all pentacles.
Yeah, please give us the coins.
Oh, yes. Oh, speaking of coins, you can give us a little tip on Cash App at WineXDivination. And
Bye.
Okay.